Spencer Lazara, MMAinterviews.tv, alongside Cody Donovan. He takes on Gian Villante at UFC 167 live this weekend. Talk about the matchup. You found out just 2 weeks ago that you had to change an opponent, right?
Yeah, I did. I saw what happened with Robert Drysdale online. It hadn't been confirmed by the UFC, but called my management and they were working behind the scenes. A couple hours later, got the Gian Villante and changed my mindset and started training for that.
Were you working, obviously, a lot of ground stuff, a lot of jiu-jitsu stuff with your guy Elliot Marshall in preparation for Robert Drysdale, and then you get a guy like John, who's a little more well-rounded, definitely not the black belt level jiu-jitsu that Robert was?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of different types of jiu-jitsu. I think that I was going to have to use more like anti-jiu-jitsu, in the Drysdale fight. I'm a black belt myself, but obviously not a world champion black belt like Drysdale. So there's going to be a lot of just kind of shut down jiu-jitsu, getting back to the feet, that kind of stuff. I think in this fight, I'll be able to use a little more offensive jiu-jitsu, which I'm definitely happy about.
You're 1-1 in the UFC, looking to get that win to bring you over 500, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about the preparations you've had out there in Denver, in Colorado.
Great team in Denver, the Elevation Fight team run by Leister Bowling, Christian Allen, and Elliot Marshall. Very well-rounded jiu-jitsu, striking, wrestling. I just working real hard out there. I got to spend some time in California as well with my buddy Shab and all his team out there, which was amazing training as always.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about his impressive victory. That's to give you some confidence going forward when you're going in the light heavyweight division. Yeah,
man, absolutely. I think, people that watch me fight, they know that I'm always looking for the finish. I despise decisions and boring fights. So, I'm going for the kill on Saturday for sure. I want to get the night started off right.
Talk about your start in martial arts. How did you get to this point, going on such a big card as this is for the UFC?
It being the 20-year anniversary is actually really exciting for me because my start in martial arts was watching in Denver the first UFC, right, and watching jiu-jitsu, and I wanted that so bad, and we didn't have jiu-jitsu in Denver, so maybe 4 or 5 years later I ran into some people who were training jiu-jitsu, and I could got into it that way, but watching it as a 13-year-old kid back then, if you would have told me that I was fighting on the 20-year anniversary, it's a dream come true, Yeah.
Your weight cut is basically tomorrow. Talk about that. I know you were a little bit heavy, you said, about 6 weeks ago when you got the call for this fight, but everything seems to be on point now, right?
Yeah, cleaned the diet up really good. My nutritionist is named Brian Cash. He set me up good, man. I cut the weight. I was 238 when they called, but I'm about 218 today, and I've never missed weight, so it's not going to happen. I'll make weight.
And we can catch your fight on Facebook, of course, but maybe looking to make a statement, get it replayed maybe on one of these things. That's what I always look for, the Facebook fights. You do something nice, you get shown again.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, every fight, all I think about is the legacy, man. When none of us are going to get to fight forever, I want every fight to be a product that I can be proud of, every one of them, bro. So I'm looking for the knockout, I'm looking for the choke, or just a very exciting fight. So, and I think when we fight like that, we get long careers too. So,
yep. What do you think John's going to look to do in there? You think he's going to look to strike or look for some takedowns, mix it up?
I think he's a pretty well-rounded guy. He's a strong wrestler. He has good kickboxing. He trains with the Henzo team out in California, so I can only assume he's got great jiu-jitsu. I don't know what his game plan is, but I'll be ready wherever it goes.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
Say hi to my wife. Hi, Julie.
All right, man. Paradigm Management. This man, Cody Donovan, taking on Gian Villante this Saturday night, UFC 167. Don't miss it.
Hey, this is Ariane Celeste.
This is Uriah Faber.
This is Glover Teixeira.
This is Dan Henderson. You're watching MMA Interviews.
MMA Interviews.
You're watching MMAinterviews.tv.